This won't be everything we do is deployed on the website eventually. Again, just testing the models, see how good they are. And there's the usual question of do we design something from scratch or do we improve something we had working prior? Oh yeah, Claude was actually able to fix this Venn diagram. Ooh, there's some problem with it. It should be a simple one to fix. I assume the new models, code generation models will do a better job at this. Actually, we haven't done this for a while. Let's do a quick chat with the new voice model. Okay, what's the most interesting tool on the Bionichaos.com that you can find? Okay, can you provide more details on seizure zone? What about this one? Yeah, we had so many of them. Keep forgetting which ones we were working on. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, this one, paint, for example. This is something the new 01, 03, yeah, 03 mini. Don't remember which model was doing it, but yeah, it did a really good job. I was actually saying it's working pretty well, not on touch screen, only on a larger screen. It should be a HTML and JavaScript, ideally vanilla, to stream data from a pre-recorded data file. So we'll have an EEG data file and we want to stream from it as if it was hardware connected to our machine. Yeah, we would like to be able to stream from file as if we have a device connected. So we'll need to change the interface accordingly and make it clear so we know where is it streaming data from. Purpose of this web application is the kind of different display of the different frequency bands. And yeah, we want to write this text as if it was instructions directed at the developer. So it will be a prompt that will be sending a developer to do all the coding. But this prompt should not include any code. File streaming mode, raw EEG, visualize EEG signal from multiple channels. I have this data set with 16 channels in it, and that one is of high quality EEG. So we have the data on our machine. We might treat it as if we are streaming it into this web application. Yeah, the panels, if we can somehow make it work on mobile as well, so it should work okay on different screen sizes. So essentially, if you have a very wide screen, you will have the 3 panels. If you have a vertical screen, then we should stack them vertically. Otherwise, stack the panels horizontally. And yes, if there is enough space on the screen, we should have more options as to what panels we want to show. So essentially an option to hide the panel, hide and show different panels. Yeah, there's essentially left, middle, right, bottom panel, and file management. We want essentially HTML and JavaScript, vanilla as possible. I mean, ideally the data will be in a JSON file, so we might have to convert the data first. We have some other web applications on the website that are actually using the data. We haven't EEG data visualizer. Yeah, that's using those 16 channels, and it's just being streamed from file. Yeah, that the old application that we have is relying on the backend. It's Flask. It's a Flask web application, so it has quite extensive backend. So we actually trying to prevent that. So the data files should be loaded in the front page as well, in the front end as well. Yes, so the cognitive metrics, obviously that's the ultimate goal, is showing those. So we're showing concentration and relaxation levels over time. I don't know, how can we need the detailed description of how that is gonna be calculated and displayed on the chart. We also need to address the point, what will happen if we do not have a data file uploaded into the system? So first of all, we will need to generate the file and folder structure, ideally a single folder, but also we would like an option to have a JSON file with simulated EEG data that we could use so that the web application working as is, even though there's no data file present in the folder. So we want like a simulation mode. Then we would have reading from file, streaming from file mode, and then eventually streaming from a device. And we'll have a drop-down selection for devices. Uploading a file, don't worry about uploading the file. Yeah, we have that as an option, whatever. But to begin with, when the page load, we just want to go for streaming the default simulation data, which we will also have instructions, a prompt instruction to generate a simulated EEG data, and we'll be just using that as default. So essentially, we want to include in the instructions something like down the line that when we're loading the web application, it should just be streaming, showing data, playing data, scrolling data on the screen, and updating all the different panels. Yeah, the technical stack could just mention vanilla HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON file. Go check out the website. Everything we develop on the website eventually goes onto this website. So, and it's currently all under development. We'll be cycling through these things. So the things at the bottom is stuff that we developed about 2 years ago. If you have any priorities, do let me know. But we'll be essentially going over them again, trying to make them better with the new code generating AI models. So we'll be using currently we're using 4.0, but then eventually pushing it towards 0.1 or 0.3, and essentially see which one can produce better code. And yes, we also have a bunch of tools currently in development that we also will be looking at. And yeah, again, writing a description for a developer and probably just doing it from scratch as opposed to trying to fix existing code seemed to be much easier. If we wrote everything in the description, in the brief for developer, and it's absolutely clear and covers everything, then in theory, these new AI models, not sure which one, that one says great for coding, but is it an overkill or something? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's following instructions. It's not hallucinating on us or anything. We have this web application development, EEG data visualization simulation. So it sounds good. Simulate the EEG data. Instruction for EEG data simulation. Yeah, we have the bands. Bands seem correct. Alpha, beta, delta, theta. Wave-like oscillations, several minutes. Loopable. Loopable is a good word. You're an expert developer specialized in creating clean, efficient, modern web application. Complete self-contained HTML files that include all the necessary. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna go about it. This meant to be standalone. Next steps: generate the simulation and store it in implement responsive UI, test, playback control. Yeah, I mean, looks pretty good to me. So let's just pop it. Let's just do 0.1 first. So it's doing its reasoning, because that's essentially what's gonna replace me. Okay, and that's generating the code. It's a pretty complicated project. I'm just making sure. Yeah, there are placeholders. Placeholders, that's should be okay. And no placeholders in CSS. Drawing or small chat library, if allowed. What do you mean if allowed? Why wouldn't you be allowed? Optionally validate or transform the data. Start streaming interval. All drawings here is extremely simplified. For smoother waveforms and real-time charts, consider incremental updates or advanced plotting techniques. Okay, not sure about that. Here's a small sample. Okay, so it's simulating a JSON EEG file. Now there's only one way to test it. Can you suggest short name for this web application? Neurostream is a good one. Let's go for Neurostream and let's see what it can do. Okay, shall we? I seem to have all the code. Okay, we have the Neurostream info text. That will just have all the instructions, 140 lines. Should have the file and folder structure. So I have Neurostream. In the same folder we have index.html, style CSS, obviously, app.js, EEG JSON, the generated the sample EEG as well. Okay, now we have all the files, they're empty files. We just make a copy of it and we call this one 01. So we have Neurostream GPT-01. We have a copy of this thing. While it's generating, let's also do 03 mini. Just pop the instructions and hopefully it will just start developing. We have in 01 and the index.html. We have the styles, styling. We have JavaScript. Actually has some placeholders, but we'll just see how we go. We have a JSON, which is a sample EEG data, and this should be it. Okay, auth3 is auth3 mini is generating stuff as well, so we'll have another copy. Call it the GPT-03 mini. That finished generating. Let's check what 01 have done. That's a bit weird. There's no errors. Where's the EEG? I don't see the EEG waveforms. Why? Is there meant to be something that the EEG is just like flatlining on me or something? It might be flatlining on me. But anyway, that's what 01 have done. Let's see if the simulate that the EEG is not long enough or something, but it's like flatlining on me. There are no errors. It's flatlining. The EEG signal is not actually, it's showing a flat line. There are no error messages. Everything else seemed to work okay-ish. So this was 01. Instead of trying troubleshooting, we'll just give it to another model. And that's 03 mini. 03 mini. Care about what it's saying. We have HTML. We have styling. Keep it simple. We have our JavaScript. Seem to be complete. And we have a JSON file, EEG JSON. JSON cannot have comments. JSON cannot have comments. I don't know why it's generating, why it's being lazy. Are you being a bit lazy? It's generated only minimal EEG data. Okay, this is 03 mini. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Yeah, the brain rhythm's meant to be this amplitude thingy. So yeah, would make more sense have it vertical, but never mind. Let's just trust the system and do another one with 03 mini high. It says great for coding and logic. We also tell it to generate all code and not be lazy. Not sure. Well, let's not bias it. Let's just give it the same brief. Here we have 03 mini high. Still planning. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Ooh, that was quick. That was quick as. Yeah, we have HTML, a CSS, app, the JavaScript. JavaScript seems to be a bit too short, but okay. Just have to trust the system. The JSON file giving next steps as well, but I was kind of hoping. Okay, this is nice. Yeah, I like that being a different display. We need to specify though what the Y and X axis mean on the cognitive metric. Can you generate a larger, more realistic EEG data? It's interesting. It's a PhD level stuff. The user wants larger, more realistic EEG dataset. JSON before I dive in, I need to consider what dataset should feature several minutes of EEG, including 16 channels. Should be loopable. Time series segments beyond the initial sample. Yes. 30 segments for more realistic and measurable size. Each segment will have timestamps, 16 channel, voltage in microvolts, and frequency bands. Likely sine waves with some noise for realism, generating about 60 segments, each with 16 channel values and frequency bands. Yeah, reason for 1 minute. Oh, doesn't have image. It does not have image. Would be interesting if it just went 4.0. So I had this web application made for me by another developer. Can you look at the front panel and tell me what the issues might be? Just go over each panel. Tell me what might be happening, what might be wrong, and how it could be improved. Yeah, we don't need human developers, do we? And a question, do I need to update any of the other files? Let's quickly use Gemini actually. What do you see on the screen? Does any issues that you can see that are obvious? No, I think you are spot on. We have a developer making this web application for us. It's using simulated EEG JSON file. Can you give them instructions as to how to improve the code? No, what you mentioned earlier was good. Can you turn it into a prompt for the developer to improve the code based on what you mentioned before? Now that's perfect. Thank you. Let's put it back to 03 mini. Let's do this again. What do you see on the screen? Yes, can you go over each panel and tell me what might be wrong with it? And in general for the whole application? Sure. Okay, can you provide the instructions for the developer as to how to improve the EEG simulated waveform? Okay, it seems like the developer added some noise to the signal. Is it any better now? I would actually would like to instruct the developer to actually change the simulated EEG signal so it's working better with this type of visualization. Any instructions? Can you write a set of instructions for the developer? It seemed to be changing the code instead of changing the JSON file EEG simulated data. Can you give them instructions to change the data instead of changing the code? Okay, I did adjust the JSON EEG file. Is it any better now? Well, yeah, but the problem is seem to be the spectral analysis doesn't seem to change much. So essentially the bands are not fluctuating enough. We would like to instruct the developer to improve the EEG simulated data, make it longer, not just so don't make it looping. Can you instruct them not to loop it, but make it longer and actually make it fluctuate? Each delta, theta, alpha, beta should be fluctuating some more, so we can actually see more changes in the cognitive metrics and the spectral analysis. Can you write this set of instructions? We have the transcription because Gemini just failing on us. The EEG, the JSON file. The EEG JSON file should just have time series data, no frequency bands or no other data. So if we can rewrite the description in the canvas, But yes, in the canvas we want to make sure that the JSON file includes only time series data for the 16 channels, and we would like it to cycle through like concentration and relaxation, like medium to begin with, then concentration high, relaxation low, then relaxation high, concentration low, and so on and so forth. Make it cover all the options. So if you can change the instructions, don't include any code yet, just change the instructions in the canvas to address that. Yeah, so it seemed to have been a too difficult task for 4.0. I know we haven't tried 4.0. We did it with 0.1, 0.3 mini, and 0.3 mini high. Yeah, 0.1 didn't do a great job. No, I don't like it. So might as well get rid of it straight away. And then we had 0.3 mini. Yeah, no, there's some problems with the EEG. There's no option to hide certain panels. So yeah, we get rid of 0.3 mini as well. So we got left with our template, empty files, and whatever 0.3 mini high. We updated the instructions. I didn't 4.0 is it's a bit funny. It didn't do what we asked for. It's a bit silly. It's like an undergrad student or something. Sorry for all the undergrad students, but I don't think any undergrad will be able to do any of this. Now let's upgrade to. Let's go for. We can't switch. Okay, that's not good. We need like a master's level, so we need like 0.1 or 0.1. Let's go for 0.1. 0.1 doesn't have the canvas option that options does it. No, it should. Yeah, 4.0 was a bit hopeless. Yeah, if we're placing it in the canvas, we still have 0.1 options. The EEG in the JSON file. EEG file should just have time series data, no frequency bands or no other data. That's the JSON. Yeah, let's do this. And what's reasoning about, because I haven't provided any prompts. Yeah. 0.1 is a bit slow. 17 seconds reasoning. By the way, everything we do is available on Bionichaos.com. Go check it out. And don't forget to provide your feedback. Yeah, 0.1 is not much smarter. No, I mean, it's better than 4.0. I would have expected to remove. Wait, it did. What? It's a bit weird. So instruction for EEG simulation, it had this do, which, yeah, it did remove. It's just when you hit editing, that's not correct, but the instructions are correct. Okay, now I'm confused. Anyhow, in the chat alone, can you provide a summary for this web application and what it does? And that was super quick. Yeah, it stopped reading, didn't it? That's okay. Because we just need the code. We have the same name for it. So we have HTML, we have our styling, we have the JavaScript. How long the JavaScript is? It's a bit short, looks a bit short. I mean, if we can do everything we need to do. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. Yeah, so the EEG now is, it's too short. The EEG might be too short. Why is the EEG so short? Don't be lazy. We need the whole code, yeah? What? Why is it unclear? Okay. EEG is, sorry, is too short. It should be better. Why is it timestamps? What? We can use simple JavaScript to generate the longer EEG data. We have an EEG data generator, don't we? Yes, we do. But then that one had a backend. Yeah, it's just static like that. So yeah, you can adjust things, but hey, we want to automate this. Yeah, I don't like the structure of the JSON file. Yeah, I might reduce the number of channels. Probably don't need 16 channels for this example. Well, because the cognitive metric calculation would not be taking all the 16 channels. How is the cognitive metrics being calculated in terms of how many channels are being used for that calculation? And the signal spectrum spectral analysis as well. Is it only looking at one of the channels or all of the 16? Okay, we really need to change the whole set of these instructions. Can we make sure that the cognitive metrics and the spectral analysis are actually calculated from the EEG signal? Also, can we make sure that the EEG signal is going, that we have enough data in the EEG signal for about a minute worth of time series data? Also, how about we reduce the number of channels from 16 to say 4? Can you update all the instructions in the canvas to address this? Yeah, we're having trouble. Yeah, obviously the bot is not able to generate proper code if it didn't provide proper instructions, isn't it? We're now using O1 to generate the instructions. And let's go over the instructions again. Need them in the chat because the text to speech doesn't work in the canvas. Anyway, both of them are not good. We definitely can do much better. The sample per second, so there meant to be 60 samples in the timestamps in the JSON file. So why not just do it? Okay, we'll have to continue this next time. Don't forget to go check out the website. Everything we develop eventually appears on the site. This one here. And I'll see you next time. Bye.